The reason data is important to all AI applications is because without it, AI doesn't work. So no data, no AI, lower efficiency, lower margins, higher risk across the board. So for every AI application and use case that exists, you need the right data, the right amount of that right data, and you need access to it in real time. There are two things that banks need to think about when they're putting together a data strategy to drive AI use cases. You want to start with the strategy, the objective, the long-term positioning of the bank that is most important, and then work backwards from those things into prioritizing which use cases matter most. Once you've identified the use cases, whether that's mitigating risk, scaling personal service or relationship banking in digital contexts, or gathering SMB deposits by default, once you've identified those objectives, you can then go about the business of finding out and determining whether you've got the right data, the most relevant data in the right quantities to achieve those use cases with AI. For banks to determine what kind of data they need, what data they have, what data they don't, they need to start with the use case. If you are trying to understand your customer's full set of financial behaviors, you're going to need more data than most banks have in-house. Most banks have no more than 20 to 25% of their existing customers' total data. So you'll need to use open banking rails and, with their permission, go out and bring home back to the bank more of their financial data, preponderance of their financial data, in order to predict and make suggestions about next best product and service, for example. So it really depends on the use case. If you're looking for a better fraud mitigation, you're going to want as much data as possible on not only your customers, but the general population to better detect anomalous patterns in real time. If the bank doesn't have enough data on its customers, the first place they're going to go to is the open banking rails. That is the financial data exchange platforms like Plaid, Finicity, Akoya, etc. There are many other places to go for additional supplemental data. You can go to the small businesses accounting system for a bevy of data about the finances of that particular small business. You can go to third-party sources for income verification, for instance. But the first place most banks will go to plug data deficits on their existing customers is going to be those open banking rails. The way open banking fits into a bank's data strategy is foundational. So they're going to need to secure the permission from those bank customers to go out over open banking rails and bring back to the bank a preponderance of those customers' financial data so they can execute on any number of particular strategic use cases. They may want to really get serious about real-time account approval, real-time account funding. They may want to improve personal service delivered at scale without necessarily hiring a lot more staff to do that. Regardless of the use case, you need more data on your customers, always more. No data, no AI, no benefits.